Having your face reveal exactly what you're feeling is an extremely unhelpful characteristic, especially as a 15-year-old. I had paid dearly for this feature in awkward situations of yesteryear. The time I let my face show that Lucas O'Donnell already having a date to the 8th grade graduation dance was heartbreaking, or that my neighbor, Stacy Pickman, did look fat in those jeans. But the worst was the time I was standing outside the gym last fall with my best friend, Isaac Kim, when I inadvertently let my jaw drop hearing Larissa Delabiro describe the blowjob she'd given Eric Mann. In great detail, Larissa caught my stunned look and commented, "Obviously someone's never given a BJ." Her pack of cheerleaders laughed, egging her on. "Might want to check out some porn before you get a boyfriend, if you ever get a boyfriend." Larissa was correct. I had never given a BJ. Sure, I had kissed a few boys, but I hadn't ventured much beyond that. The thing was, I wasn't even sure I wanted to anytime soon. "Jules," Isaac had whispered, "you need to get that face under control." That night, I had started practicing not showing every ounce of what I was feeling on my face. Each night, I stood in front of the mirror, thinking about happy things, sad things, upsetting things, all the while keeping my face in neutral. Since then, I was better at it. Admittedly, still not great, but at least not as bad as Mom. Baby steps. "What's the matter?" my older sister Helen asked my mother, entering the kitchen texting. She was sporting a tweed jacket and skirt, which was a little matchy-matchy for my taste, but it worked perfectly on her. She had inherited my mom's tall, slender frame, so everything looked good on her. She also had Mom's straight auburn hair. I had our family's signature auburn locks too, but unfortunately my hair had a hard time making up its mind if it identified as straight, like Helen's, or curly, like Danny's. So it occupied a frizz-filled middle ground no amount of product seemed to be able to tame. Not taking her eyes off her phone, Helen plopped her book bag down on the kitchen table, sloshing my cereal so hard that it nearly spilled over onto my sleeve. "Hey!" I protested. But Helen ignored me, laughing at something on her screen. Ignoring me was pretty much Helen's MO, at home and at school. She was an effortlessly smart senior, kept a 4.0 while also being captain of the field hockey team, and was queen of her clique. My hours of homework yielded B's, pluses if I was lucky, and I barely got to play at my volleyball games. And while I wasn't exactly unpopular, I wasn't setting any records for social status either. Sure, I had Isaac, who was a great best friend, and a few girls I knew from volleyball. I'd tried to be better friends with other girls in the past, but for some reason, it never seemed to work. I always said the wrong thing or didn't say enough. I'd secretly hoped that the jump from middle school to high school would magically catapult me into the next level. Spoiler alert, it didn't. Lately, I'd been trying to convince myself that the fact that no one paid attention to me was actually a good thing. It meant I could blend in, take my photographs without being noticed, watch the world from the safety of my screen. High school was just something I had to get through. It was okay that I didn't seem to fit in now. I'd do better later, in college, in life. Then one day I'd be a successful photographer in New York City or San Francisco, and no one would remember that in her high school days, world-famous editorial photojournalist Jules Mathis hadn't exactly fit in. Or at least, that's what I was telling myself. "Is something going on at work?" Helen reached for the French press of coffee that Mom had brewed for Dad. Drinking coffee was something I'd wanted to try. It seemed grown up, more sophisticated than drinking soda or juice. But I couldn't get past the smell, which to me was like chocolatey dirt. "Nothing's wrong," Mom practically sang, forcing a smile. I took a bite of my soggy cornflakes and glanced at Danny, hoping she'd acknowledge Mom's obvious evasion of the truth. But she was consumed with her glossy magazine. This past summer, Danny had lost a bunch of weight.